Hello there. You can tell I just washed my hair because I look like a woolly sheep or something. Anyway, let's see, what time is it? It's 4:30. The timeline I started this week on, I would have just been finishing up my watercolor painting class up at DVC. But I jumped timelines. Was it yesterday? Seems like we're jumping timelines all the time. And I did not go to school today. I did homeschooling. And in fact, I started homeschooling yesterday. Teaching myself to watercolor by myself at home with the YouTube teachers. And yesterday I painted 3 flowers that were in a little book that is samples of how to paint flowers with watercolor. So I kind of definitely copied from the book. But I was really happy with how they turned out. And I kept thinking, what would Jane say about this? What would the watercolor teacher say about this? And she would have probably said, oh, you could have done this a little bit differently, or could have done that a little bit. This looks a little weird. It doesn't look exactly like what you're seeing looks like. And I miss that because she's fun and she's funny and she's a nice human being. And I was pushed to do better than I can typically do on my own. I want you to see this place. Look at this old tree. I've been here so many times over the decades. And I wasn't here when this tree fell. This tree fell before I ever got here. Anyway, and then I can't show what I did paint to Jane because the timeline jump I made, I'm not going back to class. I told her, I said, it's just not going to work out for me now. I got too many other things going on, and it's just too difficult for me to balance it all and stay healthy at the same time. So I said, thank you for the inspiration, and I hopefully will still be interested in art in the fall when she teaches the figure drawing class again, and I'll get into her figure drawing class because that's something I can't teach myself. Although who knows? Who knows? Maybe that'll happen too. Okay, so anyway, this place I'm at now, this is where I normally go hiking up in the hills. Today would have been a good day to go hiking up in the hills, but it's my one day off before I go back to work. I go back to my next job tomorrow, which is going to be not hard. It's going to be a job. It's going to be a job. And it's going to last long. And it's going to pay me a bunch of money. If I can resist going out spending that money on new art supplies or toys for my phone, or I could use that money to make a trip to go back to Fargo. And that's what I'm hoping will happen. I got an announcement from Google. I have Google Price Search on for airline flights, so I can be notified when there's good changes. You know, I keep stepping around this. I want to go past here. I'm going to get over there. Let's go around. Here we go. Look at this. I've taken so many pictures of this too. So yeah, I can get a round trip flight from San Francisco to Fargo. Not non-stop, one stop in Denver for $150 right now. That's more than half the price that I paid to go back there in July. So I'm waiting to hear from my son if they have an opening in their schedule for a visitor to come hang out for a week. I'll just go for a week and get to enjoy the autumn in Minnesota. Oh my God. Okay, look at this place. I keep going like this because there's little flies. They're like bringing me secrets. Like, what is the secret? You're not speaking my language. Yeah, in the winter, this is full of water if we get a good rainy winter. Okay, I'll keep it short. I think that was pretty much, oh, well, anyway, I was talking about homeschooling, watercolor teaching myself. I painted in the house yesterday, but today I came to this location and I painted. Shoot, I put everything away. Maybe we can do this. Let's see if we can do this. I should have started filming this before I put everything away so I could show you because I kept thinking, oh, I'm going to do one of those fancy editing jobs on this video. The way people, all the fancy kids on YouTube, they edit clips and they put little like snapshots of stuff in. Okay, this is what I just painted. And see, if I was doing a fancy, I actually like it because I do recognize it for what it is. And for that being a beginning level, I mean, it looks childlike. But I'm not going for realism. I'm going for abstraction. Okay, and then I painted this one. Different trees, but right in the same spot. There was a picnic bench, and I just sat at the picnic bench. But this is, you're going to see a lot more of things that look like this. This is me. This is me. But I want them to get deeper. I want them to get more complex. I want them to get more. So one medium that I intend to mix with my watercolors is pen. I like the style of work that people do when they mix pen with watercolor and sketchbook. Both of these were in sketchbooks. And so that's really my big ambition for becoming a watercolor painter, is I want to be able to have my little backpack, have my paints. I got everything in here. Go out and sit, at a park bench or outside a street side cafe or something and sketch the scenery. Where it's going to get weird for me, see, trees, it's okay, they don't have straight lines. But drawing architecture, I get impatient trying to draw architecture. And I don't care if lines don't line up straight. And I don't care if the building's tipping over like this. All those urban sketchers, man, everything they draw, like, oh yeah, I know exactly where that building is. Did you do this from a photograph? Did you trace it? And they're like, no, man, I'm a professional artist. But when they look at mine, they're going to go, oh my God, did they put some LSD in your coffee when you drew this? And I'm going to be like, I was born with LSD in my blood, man. This is the way I see everything. But I want to do a lot of it so I can see my own degrees of improvement, where it's just going to get better and better, but weirder and weirder. Okay, I don't think you're going to be able to see this. I have to flip this around. There, see that hillside there? There's a trail that goes up that. I can recognize it. Last time I was here, I went up that trail, and I ended up hiking 4 or 5 miles. It was a really good hike. One of my best hikes this year. And when I come home from this next job that ends on September 11th, I do have one more job on my schedule, but I've got a week off before that other job starts. Then the temperature is going to be nice here, and I'm going to come back and get a couple of hikes in the hills. So I'll take the backpack up into the hills, and we'll do some painting from up there. But I'm going to be doing more painting. This is my goal, my ambition. One art experience a day. And that's really cutting it low bar. Because once I get started, like now, my art juice is going after doing these 2 drawings. When I get home, I want to draw some more. Okay. One of my current inspirations is to do some drawings related to Eugene O'Neill, so I'm going to get some of my photos of his property out and do some sketches or paintings of those. Beautiful bluebird feather I just found. Or, yeah, a jay. Do some sketches of his house and the property up there. But also I want to work on doing some portraits. I'm terrible at portraits. I tried one the other night. I made it on a big piece of paper. I was like, why did I think I had to make this big? So I'm going to try some work on some portraits of him. Okay. Timeline hopper. Okay, I'm going back home. I had my dinner. I can go home. I can relax. I might take some more pictures here just to have some more references to paint with later. Let's look at this really cool tree. Oh, and here's, gosh, that second painting I just showed you that had 3 trees was inspired by looking at this, and this doesn't look anything like what it looked like when I first started drawing it. That's weird. And this is the this is the first one I drew today. This is a monster tree. This tree, it looks like a monster, and that it's still standing. I mean, it's not dead. Is it dead? Or is it? Oh, it still has growth coming out of it. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, look at this gnarled. Isn't this just... So to do some slow, detailed drawings, pen drawings of this trunk would be really fun. Yeah, I'm going to take some more pictures of this before I go. All right. Look at that. I didn't talk about... What do I normally talk about? I mean, this was pretty focused on being an art talk. Pretty much. Okay, cheerio.